of YouTube, thanks so much for checking out my channel today. Today is all about this guitar right here. I actually made this one, so if you've seen my very first video, like my welcome to YouTube type of thing, or welcome to my channel, whatever it's called, I talked about how I play guitar and I just love all things guitar. So I play guitar not only here in this room, which you've only seen so far, but I also get to play with a couple artists and things like that I feel fortunate to do. But I also love building guitars, and not from kits, nothing wrong with that. I've done some myself. I've shown one in a previous video that I kind of put together from spare parts, all that kind of stuff. But I got, a couple years ago, got into wanting to build my own, like from scratch, gluing slabs of wood together, cutting out body shapes, necks, all that kind of stuff. So this is one of those guitars. I'm building this for a friend up in Nashville, and he will be getting this very soon, so this will be on YouTube after he already has the guitar. I don't want to spoil anything, right? It's actually a secret. So that's just between us and him now. So he knows. He knows. So all of the guitar tracks at the beginning of this video were done by this guitar. Nothing else was added except for bass and drums and stuff. But I wanted to just go over a few of the features on this guitar. What it's made of, you know, what it's got going for it. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos of me making this particular guitar because it's been like a year process or something. So I didn't plan on doing YouTube, so I didn't have to video anything. But I do have the finished product, and there will be videos in the future. I'm videoing currently every time I get to work on one. So in the future, there will be videos of me, you know, cutting guitars out, putting things together, wiring it up, all that stuff. So if you're into that, be sure and subscribe and like the video and all that kind of stuff, and just stick around for the future videos because we'll be diving more into that stuff too. If you are into this, and leave in the comments if you are, if you want to see the process that at least that I do. I'm not a professional builder by any stretch, but I love it. I absolutely love it, and once I get to talking about it, I don't stop. I just keep going. Like right now, I can't even get to this guitar. This has a flame maple neck, okay, but it's roasted, so that helps to get rid of all the moisture inside. It makes it extremely stable. So if you're always just playing the same venues all the time, so whether that be at your local church or, you know, the local, you know, bar, whatever the scene is that you play at, if you're always going there and it's always near home, you're probably okay because your temperature's not changing that much, the humidity's not changing that much. I mean, besides what happens between seasons. But if you do fly anywhere, if you immediately, you know, if you play a gig in Arizona and then now you're in Florida, obviously the climate is way different. And so things can start to shift. Roasted maple, roasted any kind of wood is just more stable. It is not perfect, right? It's still wood, so it could still move, but it is more stable. It's got Hipshot tuners. It's also got a Hipshot 2-post bridge, tremolo bridge back here. Obviously there's a cover on the back. There's still plastic on here. That's come off since we played. You know what? He's getting this like tomorrow or something, so it'll be all nice and fresh for him. So there we go. Alright. One thing I do with my guitars, I don't do the typical Fender like backplate thing. So I use bolts, and there are inserts in the neck itself, so all of that's bolted in, and you can take that out, you know, you can take the neck off 100 times, whatever, and that wood is never going to wear out from wood screws. You can always screw it right back into the inserts. I just feel like it's a nice touch. We call them bolt-on necks, right, but they use wood screws. It's not a bolt, so make it a bolt, you know. Typical gold buttons here on the strap buttons. One more thing on the neck before I move away from it. It's got 2 carbon fiber rods that go down it, and that also adds to stability. I know there's some companies that do that, and I thought that was a really cool idea to just add some rigidity to the wood. And so that's what it has. And of course it's got a truss rod. I do my truss rod adjustment right here. Some guitars, obviously it's right past the neck, some are up here. The old Fenders, you had to take the neck off because the access point was somewhere ridiculous. I've had people question, how does that play? Can you tell? Whatever. You can't. You just can't. It's too small of an area. So it makes it nice though. But you can take an Allen wrench, any of the Allen wrenches that go with this guitar, and you know if you want to adjust the bridge or any of that. So you can take those Allen wrenches and you can put one of those in there and adjust it. And if you had to make an adjustment on the neck, you can do it right there on the fly. Don't have to worry about it. Obviously, it's got your basic Strat thing, tone for the bridge, and this is the tone for the middle and the neck pickup, and it's just a 5-way switch, typical stuff. Back here is the bridge, and then you have the bridge in the middle, middle and neck, and then neck. This guitar also, which you can't see, pick guards on it, it's all wired. So once again, I didn't have any video for it, but it's got the Obsidian wire solderless system. So there's several companies out there that are focusing on that kind of stuff. The solderless thing, you can just plug it up and you know, twist the wires together. It has a certain plug-in that you plug each thing into. Makes it super simple to wire up a guitar. I usually do solder all my stuff, but I decided on this one. These were some pickups that I had chosen, and since it's a surprise, he didn't get to choose his own pickups. So I picked these, which I've had in previous guitars, and I think they sound really good. As maybe you agree from the intro video. I don't know, but I think they sound good. So I put these in here, and I'll go over what they are in just a second. But he didn't get to pick his own pickups. So if for some reason he wanted a different humbucker or single coils or anything like that, I wanted him to be able to change them easily if he doesn't know how to solder. And we're friends, I know the guy, but I don't know him well enough to know if he knows how to solder anything. Okay, so for the pickups,
Pickup man,
they wanted them to be pretty much hum-free, which you usually don't have to worry about the humbucker because it's in the name, humbucker, right? It's getting rid of the hum. But sometimes you do have to worry about single coils. So everything inside is shielded. They're all DiMarzio pickups, right? Some people look down on DiMarzios. I don't know, I think they sound good. You know, in the black guitar that I play a lot, that if you watch the other videos, go back and watch them. Hello. I'll go over that guitar one day if you want to know more about it. Put it in the comments if you do. I'll make a video about it. That one has bare knuckles in it, and they sound amazing as well. But these, especially for their price, are so awesome. Some people are just immediately turned off. They just want the highest price thing in the world, and that's cool. Sometimes you get what you pay for. But in this case, I really feel like these sound really good. So this is a Norton, DiMarzio Norton, and this one is a virtual vintage 54. All right, it can be as a neck pickup or a middle. I chose the middle. And then this, what is this? Area 61, also obviously by DiMarzio. This Area 61 can also be used as a middle pickup as well. But once again, I chose the neck position for it. And it is noiseless as well. I chose noiseless for everything, but just to be on the safe side, you can't have too much shielding. Am I right? You just need a shield.
Get this man a shield.
And finally, to go over the tones of the intro music, all the rocky bits, right? I'm just on that bridge, just rocking out as much gain as I can get out of the Norton, okay? On the very intro part with the chords, you know, all that kind of thing, that is the second position, which is the bridge in the middle. And that very last bit, I am using the neck in the middle, so the fourth position there. And I'm using that for the whole little outro mellow solo thing. That's a spider in the floor. So As always, if you want to learn any of these stuff that I did in the beginning on the intro track, leave it in the comments. I'll be glad to do a video and break every bit of that down, or at least, I don't know if I can ever remember what I was playing. Sometimes I just improvise, but I'll try to figure it back out and do a video on it if you want. If you liked the intro song or the video in general, the guitar, the way it turned out, the way it sounded, the way it played, my playing itself, this jacket, whatever, this shirt is pretty nice too. So whatever reason you can find, you can hit that like button. That helps me out, helps the algorithm, helps more people see the video, all that kind of stuff. So if you have the time and it's free, just go down there and hit that thumbs up, and I would really appreciate it. Be sure and subscribe as well if you like any of this stuff, because there will be more videos on my guitar making process, the final products, obviously more songs and videos on lessons and how I play stuff, all of that stuff. So if you're into everything that has to do with guitar, just follow along, join the journey, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.